Okay, everybody, welcome back to American Bloke in a 395. So, here's what happened. I did sort out what took place earlier in the stream, and I was doing the points challenge that I had to unfortunately give up on. Uh, yeah, I totally screwed up the power change thing there at can't even talk now. Ebbsfleet. So I have figured out where I made the mistake. We are going to go back in and redo the that service, and this time we will actually do the power change correctly. There should be no hiccups, right? That's the theory. No hiccups. So we will give that a shot, and then we will be done. Okay. So yeah, I don't like being defeated by a game for something that I thought, I admit that I made the mistake, once I went back and kind of thought about what I did and everything. So lessons learned, that's okay. It happens. I was embarrassed by being defeated by something like that. So anyway, we're going to get in here, get the train set up, and then we will be on our way. So, yeah. So hopefully everybody's having a nice Saturday evening or early Sunday morning, whatever the case may be. Here in America, we will be changing our clocks ahead an hour overnight. So, yeah. We, in theory, lose an hour of sleep. So, yeah. But it is what it is. So we'll get in here once the game finally lets me load in. So yeah, it was nice. Was able to do a voice chat with Richard Trainspotter. Really enjoyed that. And a couple other folks joined in. So it was nice to chat with some folks that for the channel that I help moderate. Had a good couple laughs, and yeah, it was fun. So yeah, I had to take a phone call. So, but I figured, I was looking at the time. I was like, let me try to get this knocked out before I go to bed, and hopefully everybody will learn from it. Okay. Well, all right, Master Key. Okay, got the doors unlocked. Let's get the headlights on. Okay. Let's get the reading light on. We like to read while we're driving. I didn't say that out loud, did I? Alright, we're gonna put the AWS, the DSD. We're just gonna put those two on and leave those two on. So, you know what? Why not? Let's learn. Okay. We might as well get those all in there. Alright, so let's see what else do we need to do. I think that's it. Alright. Now, in case I mess up, or when we get to Ebbsfleet, I have the instructions. So if I have to pull those up, I have those readily available. Let's get the door shut, since we're almost clear for our departure. All right. There's our 395 Javelin, part of the Southeastern High Speed. And let's see if we lucked out and got the train bow again. We did. Look at that. Well, well, well. That is something else. I did not expect that. There it is, the train bow. Hee hee. Did not expect it. Isn't that something? I wonder if that's just part of what you get on that particular route at this particular time. Interesting. Okay, our next stop will be Sittingbourne here in just under 7 miles. So we are crossing the track. We should see a 375 waiting patiently for us to pass to get on the correct side here. So this time we should be good to go. So thank you to my 2 viewers for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a nice Saturday or Sunday. Oh, no, I have 1 viewer. Oh, well. Oop. No, watching mine. So basically right now, for those of you who do not know, and I know I have what the wheels are looking like right now. But anyway, that's how the train is drawing power right there. This 3rd rail, so that is powering the train. And then later on, the train gets power from the Pancras. Now, the theory is that, and I'm going to go with the, well, I should say, I'm going to go with the theory that I made the mistake in Ebbsfleet. But there could be a possibility that there is a glitch. So this is a kind of a redemption of sorts. Either it will show that I did make the mistake and I'll do it correct this time, or there is in fact a glitch. But if there is a glitch, how come it didn't affect everybody else? That's the only thing that maybe doesn't hold up the theory that there is a glitch. But also, it does prove, it's easy to forget, setting up a cab or a train or whatever properly. And also, what are the ways, how do you recover from those mistakes? Like, I felt if I had done what I was supposed to do correctly, go over it when we get to Ebbsfleet. Would I have been allowed to correct the problem and then continue on? It didn't seem like that once I was past a certain point that correcting the mistake was not possible. But I don't know if that's true or not, you know. And I don't. What I may have to do is recreate the situation at some point and see if we can in fact recover from doing the power change incorrectly, you know, at some point. I think that would be a good thing to do, just so that we know that it is possible to recover from it. Because maybe nobody knows if it's possible. We won't know until we try. So we may do that sometime, just to kind of see how it reacts, or, you know, if we can get the train moving again. So we're under 2 miles to Sittingbourne. We will not be on time, I don't think. No, we won't be on time. Part of that, I think, one of the things I've learned about this game is that you have to be very, if you're not watching your speed and your speed limits and everything. You know, like I traveled for I don't know how long before I realized I could have sped up, and that all I think has a domino effect as you go through the route. And it's not just this route in particular; it's all the routes, especially on passenger services. If you're not reacting to an increase in speed, it's easy to get behind, and you may not even realize that you know you're not gathering, you know, you're not speeding up. Because I know it's easy to get distracted by the laptop or phone or whatever else, and then you're like not paying attention to what's going on in front of you, and then you either run a red light or you don't speed up in time, or, you know, there's a lot of things that you can do that's just going to cause the rest of the service to kind of fall apart. So that's just one of those lessons. So when this video's done, when I'm done recording it, I will upload it to my YouTube. I will have it premiere sometime tomorrow morning, since this isn't technically this was supposed to be just like an additional thing. Well, we're almost 2 minutes late getting in there. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about the time. We're just going to try to get through the service, learn from the mistake of earlier, and then be done with it. So, but we're, you know, hopefully we're going to have some fun as well. It's weird, I hear background noise like there's just a ton of people talking, but I don't see a ton of people. I don't know if they just recorded that, or I didn't notice that before. Interesting. All right. Raynham is next. Now, just thinking about when I was just doing those tones on the horn. Because people come into, when I'm watching other streamers play this game, they want this tone or that tone, or can you do shave and a haircut 2 bits or whatever. In San Francisco, if you ever get to go, if you go, I don't know when they do it, and you could probably find videos of it on YouTube if you search for it. They have a competition between the different cable car drivers with the bells, and it is absolutely amazing. I can't recommend it enough. Check it out if you can. You just Google cable car driver bell competition or whatever. It is really amazing stuff. They take pride in their ability to create music with those bells. They really do. And I think the people who come to the city, especially to see the cable cars, because they are world famous, it's something that the tourists certainly enjoy when the drivers kind of make some music with the bell on the cable car. So yeah, Google that or search for it on YouTube. I'm sure there's videos of it out there somewhere. But yeah, really cool stuff. All right, 4 miles to Raynham. 375. Now earlier today, before everything went crazy, we did see a 465 service. They have made some improvements on the number of AI 465 services you will see on the route, no matter what you're driving. So I think that's pretty cool. They will, I don't think, have any intentions of increasing the possibility of getting the Trainbow as part of your service either direction, or even seeing one while you're driving other trains. Now, I think there's only one Trainbow in service, so if I'm driving it, well, not driving, but if it's on by service, I don't think, in theory, we would be able to see, a Trainbow going the other direction. I don't think. Again, that's just a theory. But we'll see. But I did tell British Ace Joe and everybody, I would like to do do another points challenge at some point in the future. Yeah, I would like to do it again. It was a good experience. It does kind of force you to. If you want, it does force you to maybe get in a locomotive that you haven't been familiar with for some time, and it's going to show. But it's always possible that you may get enough points and be the winner. So, and Richard, Train Spotter, was the winner today, and so congratulations to him. Cheers for you, mate, as he would say. or cheers, mate. Yeah, so it was good. It's all learning experience in this game. That's the thing I enjoy about it the most. Not only do I learn about the locomotive itself, maybe, like the 395, but generally I also learn a bit of history about the area too, or what the railroad maybe used to be like, what it's like now, what has changed a lot, what stations may be no longer used, yeah, I always enjoy learning about those things, because I try to impart things that I know about the Peninsula Corridor, for instance, because I've ridden on that train, but I also lived almost all over the Bay Area, it seems. Well, there's a 465. So I try to share some of that knowledge with people as well. So yeah, it's always good, I think. It's a good learning experience. It's fun learning about all these things. So yeah. No. Oh well. So we're a little bit behind, about a minute and a half, give or take. Kind of a cloudy day here in Southeastern High Speed. I'm going to guess the temperature is about 70 degrees Celsius or centigrade, or centigrade, 70 degrees centigrade. That would be too much. 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Does not look like there's a chance of rain. We don't expect to experience any turbulence on this trip. But we ask you to remain seated unless you gotta go to the loo. And when you do, please move about the cabin safely. Alcohol is permitted for those 21 and older. There will be no smoking on the train either. We'd also like to discourage people from having relations in the bathroom with other folks. It's not appropriate. But we do appreciate you coming on the train today. From Faversham all the way to St Pancras. I'm going to find a way to pronounce it correct one of these days. Gillingham is our next stop. Please ensure you take everything with you when you depart the train. Don't leave your small children behind. That's not acceptable either. Oh, see, I saw that 60, and I just immediately, that's one of those things I gotta work on. There's lots of distance. Go as fast as we can, and we can get on the brakes, and we can slow down. One of these days I'll be a little bit more comfortable. Maybe it's just I'm not comfortable in this train. I don't know. Right. I was excited when Southeastern High Speed came out, but then I just kind of it went kind of on the wayside. All right. Coming into Gillingham any moment now. All right, that's a 465 over there. All right, let's get some brakes on here so we don't go flying past the station. Try to avoid doing that as much as possible. There's a 377 over there, and here comes another one right here. Wow, this is a busy little area here. Alright, let's get the doors open so we can get some folks on and kick some off. I'm kidding, of course. Yeah, we just fit on the platform there. Look at that. Let's see if we can get a picture of this real quick. Ah, of course the upload failed. That's hogwash. Okie doke. We're almost ready to do the parts. I'm going to get the doors closing. The thing that this does not have, and I wish it did, is a depot whistle. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Found it. Alrighty then. I like that. Depot whistle it will be. Once in a while. What the heck, why not? Alright, coming into this tunnel here. Is it a tunnel? Yes, this is a short tunnel, it should be. We still can see most of the important stuff, but we can, there's the light, just in case we don't feel lost in the dark here. Got 30 coming up. Chatham is next. Turn the cab light off there. You know, I would not mind, quite honestly, if I lived somewhere right around this track. I think it would be just absolutely amazing to live by the Southeastern high-speed route, and you were retired, and you could just sit outside and watch trains all day. I think that would be an okay life to have. But that's just me. That's just me. I know it's not for everybody. There we go. Right on the nose there. It goes a 377. Let's go back to the back of the train. Oh, so this part's just... Ooh, barely made it on there. Wow. Interesting. I do like this station. Pretty cool design. Okay, let's get down here, and let's get to the front, and let's get the doors closing. Away we go. 0.8 of a mile to Rochester. We're doing okay. We are doing okay. Get the lights on, so don't feel like I'm being accosted in the cab. I shouldn't joke like that. I'm sorry. And it's just me, myself, and I in here. Oops, a daisy. Don't want the speed. Alright, so then we have Strood after Rochester. It's interesting, I'm in Rochester here in the game, and about 3 hours drive from where I live, I could be in Rochester, New York. 395 service. Okay. Now let's see how we're looking at the back here. Just enough on the platform. Look at that. I hope folks enjoyed the video I did earlier with the what do we do? Long Island Railroad, and then the Bakerloo line where I got bamboozled by the bring this car to service, bring this train to service. Oh yeah, then also do the entire service. Dovetail Games invited me out to dinner and then made me pay the bill. Alright, just under, or sort of quick run up here to Strood, so. And that means that, if I remember correctly, yep, I think I am remembering correctly. We should see the submarine right. Where is it? There it is. There's the submarine. I'd really like to get over there one day and actually go on a tour of the submarine. Put that on the bucket list of things to do one day. That would be pretty cool, I think. And what I was saying before, I've done a tour, not that I've ever served on a submarine, but they have one in San Francisco that you can tour. That's an old World War II submarine that was used in the movie Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer. I've been on the submarine tour. There's a submarine in there's a aircraft carrier museum in Charleston, but they also have a submarine you can do a tour of there. And I think, if I remember correctly, there's also a submarine tour that you can do in New York by the Intrepid Museum, I think. Yeah. So yeah, if you wanted to, if you were in England and you wanted to tour the submarine, this would be your stop. I wonder if they actually prefer people to come by train, because then there's just not, you don't have to deal with all the traffic and all that. Look at that. Like a glove again. Just racking up those 500 points. I like it. Although, theoretically, the stopping point is here. Not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker. It's not cause for divorce. Or anything like that. We have some good space. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if we can get a picture with the trainbow and the... Nope. Oh well. That'd been a cool picture, I think. Alright, almost ready to go. Alright, let's get the doors closed. Just because we... I'm speeding. Oh, we gotta get back under control here. was naughty, naughty. Alright. Graves End is next. It's not good at all. Let's put the cab light on while we're in the tunnel here. Otherwise, I'm gonna get frisky with myself. Kidding. Kidding. I would imagine all these trains have probably got video camera systems to monitor the driver and everything. So yeah, I don't think they want to catch you doing anything inappropriate in the cab there. Otherwise, somebody's going to get a talking to. Okay, 225. That's under. Oh, so under the other one, the max speed is 225 kilometers an hour. On the way we're at right now, the network rail, max speed is 100. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Learn something new all the time. Use track circuit operating clips first to protect the line. First aid box, emergency equipment. It's down here somewhere. Good to know. In case I accidentally touch a live wire and zap myself, silly. I can also provide myself first aid if I'm able to. Good to know. I do wish we could maybe change some things on that panel. It'd be nice. I wish we could. These would be usable as well. I'm guessing these are where you could watch from, watch the platform stuff. Because there's not a window that you could put down here on the door. I think. No. Because I think once this thing goes high speed, it's, everything's kind of sealed up specifically for the high-speed operations. So yeah, going I prefer you not to worry about putting your head up a window when you're at the station. I would imagine those doors must be they kind of look like they would be pretty solid, because they have to be sealed really well for 140 miles an hour. It's still pretty fast, so. Or certainly not TGV, the trains on the LGV Mediterranean fast, but those things are just amazing, I think, the way that they're designed specifically for high-speed operations. I am really fascinated by the design of the bullet trains in Japan. Those are really something else. The way that those nose of it, the amount of work that they've had to do figuring out the aerodynamics of how that air is pushed away from the train, not just only when they're out in the open like this, but even more specifically when they're in tunnels. I think that's just phenomenal. I would like to go to Japan one day and ride the bullet train. think that would be fun. I would like to, honestly, if I could do it, I'm not gonna lie, if I could do it, I would go around the world and try to ride some of the fastest trains, like, come to here and ride the Southeastern high-speed train, and go to Japan and ride a bullet train, go to France and ride the LGV Mediterranean, ride some of the ice services in Germany. I think that would be a really neat experience, going to those different places and riding those trains. Excuse me, I had to yawn. I tried to fight it off, but the Z monster's getting me. One day, or maybe in the, well, you know what? I might tell this story. What the heck? We've got a little bit of time. So the story about the Z monster, for those of you who do not know, is a mythical monster who attacks soldiers, not physically, mind you, but so say you're on 24-hour shift, right? And you're supposed to stay awake the entire 24 hours. Well, sometimes that's easier said than done. And I remember one time when I was in Germany, I was on 24-hour duty. There's two types of 24-hour duty. You have a charge of quarters, which is somebody who sits at a desk at the barracks, and then you have staff duty, which is you have like a sergeant, or you have a staff sergeant or a sergeant first class. You have a lower ranking soldier, and you have an officer. So I was doing pretty good till about 2 o'clock in the morning, I think, and I wasn't feeling particularly well, but I figured, I'll just make it through the shift. And then, technically, when you're on the 24-hour duty, you're supposed to have the next day off, because you're not supposed to sleep. The only person that was allowed to sleep is the officer, because they had to go to work the next day still, anyway. So, as it always turns out, after things kind of quieted down for the evening, somebody brings a TV and VCR, you bring some movies in and you watch those just to kind of make the time go by. And we were watching, I don't think I'll ever forget the name of the movie and what happened. We were watching a movie called Adventures in Babysitting. And I fell asleep. We had these huge, really comfortable chairs in the staff duty office, right? And once you sat in one of those chairs, that's when the Z monster comes out to get you. So I had inadvertently nodded off at some point in the movie, and next thing I know, my battalion sergeant major. I'm like just flat out. I was sound asleep, and next thing I know, somebody's shaking me awake, and I'm like, what? Of course, I'm like, where am I? What? And I look up. There's Sergeant Major. I said, "Good morning, Sergeant Major." He said, "Good morning, special." I think I was either a POC or I might have been a specialist then. I don't remember. Anyway, he says, "Good morning," and he said, so what were you watching? And I said, Adventures in Babysitting, Sergeant Major. Is it a good movie? Yes, Sergeant Major. Okay, that's good. Let's get up and let's get things going. Yes, Sergeant Major. And I stood up and went right back down into the chair because the blood had run to my legs and I could not stand up. So yeah, the Z monster will get you when you least expect it. So there's one of my old army stories. I was 19, maybe 20 years old, and he didn't get mad at me. He knew that people fell asleep. I think he would have been more upset if there had been some really serious things going on at that time, or whatever. But no, he didn't. He didn't scream at me. He was just like, "Let's get up and get moving." I think that was. Matter of fact, I do remember his name. I don't always remember everybody's name I served with, but I do remember his name. Sergeant Major Veach. Sergeant Major Veach was served in Vietnam, and he was the polar opposite of the Sergeant Major we had when I first got to Germany. Sergeant Major Veach did not care for people who consumed large amounts of alcohol. He expected that if you showed up, when you showed up on Monday morning, first duty day of the week, that you were sober, because when he got there, there really was a lot of drinking problems in the organization. I won't lie. It wasn't uncommon for most of the time whenever we would do large unit runs that most everybody was either legally they were not legally. They were drunk on duty or severely hungover. And for whatever reason, we used to think that was a good thing. Like that was something to be proud of, and it really wasn't. But we were young and dumb, and what did we know? But yeah, he came in, and after a while, I think he just kind of looked around at what was going on, and all it took was somebody to do one dumb thing, and he was like, "There's my example," and that's it. He made an example out of that person. So yeah, he was hard, but he was fair. I remember he was not. He was very emotional. It almost showed when we had to start sending some folks out to units during the Gulf War, in the lead up to the Gulf War. They were just building up the ground force basically, and he was a bit upset that he wasn't going to be able to go with everybody because our unit wasn't designated as, we were only supposed to send soldiers to other units to help fill empty slots basically. So yeah. All right, before I forget, so we're coming into Ebbsfleet, so this is where we're going to do the power change. Okay, it's power change time. This is not minor league ball time. We're in the majors. This is pro time. Somebody else. I'll tell another story another time. But anyway, let's focus on what we're getting ready to do here. All right, so a couple things we should notice. Okay, we have the overhead wires, which means that we will draw power from here on out. That's the premise. Okay, let's get the doors open. So we're going to put that there. I'm going to pull while the passengers are loading, because they're going to take their sweet time. We're going to press the control button, this one, until it lights up. Oop, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's lit, and then we're going to press this twice. And now everything should be good to go. There it is. That's what we're looking for right there. And that's what did not happen last time. So now we know. And knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Say it with me. G.I. Joe. There you go. So that's what happened. I didn't look to validate or verify that we had the pantograph up. I couldn't remember, but now I know which car the pantograph goes up on. So, let's get a move on. So we should have power the rest of the way. We should have power the rest of the way. Press. Okay, why is it not? Well, that seems rather slow. It's on forward. Pantograph. Okay, see. I followed it. It says about 5 seconds. Press the same button cluster and the same button cluster twice. That's what I did. Alright, let's just make sure we got it correct. So that is lit. Yeah, why is it not? Okay, shouldn't be drawing power on either one now, but it's almost like it's saying that there's... Alright, hold on, let's... Why is that not working? I'm getting no... Okay, this is interesting. The line volt on the light side on the left is on, and the MCB open light is on. So both of those are on. Yep. Okay. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Well. Okay, now we're all set. Okay. There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. So, they're either I didn't follow it correctly, which I thought I did. Something's not right. Alright, we're underway. We got power, so. Whew. Never a dull moment. Yeah, see, it seemed like here before we just lost power or something. Let's pull it right back on so we can see. Alright, so now we are, let's see, 225, so we're, that's number right there, the 225, that's our max speed in this locomotive now, which is 140 miles an hour. I don't know, 225 sounds better because it sounds faster than 140. Either way. Alright, we're cooking with bacon grease now. Is it bacon grease? Or is it Crisco? Or is it not butter? I don't know. We're cooking with something. So at least we got that sorted. It took a moment. It's okay. It was a learning experience. It happens. This is where I had lost power before. I remember now because I got up to here somehow. I don't know. See, it's happening again. I don't know if it's just that. Okay, so yeah, we got over the hump there. But yeah, I've got the thing on full throttle. It's not. It was like losing speed very quickly. So yeah, we're going to be late getting into Stratford, which is fine. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We try to learn from our mistakes. I thought I just saw another train though. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't think that would be something that would be happening. If I already have the only one that they have. Oh well. So yeah, I'd really. So yeah, that's the story of the Z monster. For those of you who don't know what it is, if you ever sit in a comfy chair, just start to doze off. That means the Z monster has got you. But yeah, Sergeant Major Veach, I'll never forget when our unit got the call that basically we were going to have to start sending soldiers to other units. He was not, he wasn't happy about that. I remember that very vividly. And he very nearly, like he had his voice cracked. I think he had to kind of collect himself there for a moment, but he almost broke down. That's how upset he was. So, anyway. Good times, good times. Over 8 miles to Stratford, and then after that will be St Pancras, and we'll be done. So glad I came back. Still not perfect, still have some lessons to learn on how to get it done correctly, but yeah, it's all good. The more you run routes like this, the more familiar you become, but then you you forget other stuff, so it's okay. I can't be an expert at all lines. I mean, I guess you could if you really spent the time doing it, but it's not very. I don't think it's what's the word I'm looking for. It's probably not. I mean, I guess it's possible. I just don't know that it's healthy, maybe, to do it. I don't know. I think you might drive yourself just a tad bit crazy trying to be an expert at all. But, I mean, if you can do it, more power to you. More power to you. viewers. Thank you both for coming in. Greatly appreciate it. We know you have other options when it comes to your streaming viewing services, so we greatly appreciate you joining a bloke in a 395. Oh, not just a bloke, an American bloke in a 395 for your viewing pleasure this evening. Alright, gotta start slowing down here, I think. Yeah, we gotta slow down. We're gonna be late anyway, but it's like, whoa, Nelly. Alright, so yeah, we got that kind of under control now. Let's get a little bit more gas going. We got this just over 2% grade going uphill here. Bleed off speed very quickly. Alright, we should be coming out the tunnel in just a moment. Here we are. Look at that. Whew. Let's get some brakes on again. This takes just over an hour to complete. Well, we probably would have been here a long time ago if I still hadn't had a little hiccup with the power change, but it's all good. It's just pretend passengers anyway. They don't have anywhere important to be. Alrighty, so there's that. And then we're gonna haul butt over to St Pancras. St Pancras. I don't know why I want to say St Pancras. Because that's not right. No, we'll leave the lights on. Alright. Yeah, we are definitely late. We're going to need to get 250 points out of this one. See, I thought when I first started playing this game, when I was playing Train Sim World 2020, that number meant how many passengers got on your train. You know, like if you got all 500, that was the... Yeah, I didn't really think about it in the way of points per se. I just thought that meant there was 500 people that got on my train, and anything below that, like 250, oh, that's terrible. So yeah, now I understand the action point system a little bit better. Alright, let's drop the hammer and go and get up here to St Pancras. So we can wrap up this lovely stream, American Bloke In A 395. I think that might just be my favorite title of all time. Because I thought, well, if I was going to do a stream on a points challenge, why not make it a bit cheeky and funny, you know? So there we are. That's what I came up with. Alright, 200 mile an hour limit here, coming up. Look at that, we've already eaten up a lot of distance. It was like 5 miles when I left. We should be coming up out of the tunnel here any moment now. Turn almost seemed. All right. Well, we're still just cruise along pretty good. So we're good to go for right now. There's the end of the tunnel, right about there. Oops. Alrighty. There's the train going into the other tunnel. Alright, that's right outside here. The last last boat into St Pancras. But it seems like forever since I've been all the way down. Like, you know, I did some, when like the 465 came out, you don't come all the way down anymore. So, yeah, it's like a whole new area again. Let's let everybody know we're here in the station. But they can't see this big old train coming in, and I don't know what's something. They may need to go see the doctor or something. Alrighty. There we go. At least we got 500 points for that. We may not get 500 points for the passengers, but we'll try to nail the parking spots. You know, it's interesting. I hear it's like they put a loop of a large crowd of people talking or whatever, but there's hardly anybody here. Alright, let's get this turned off. Let's get the lights turned off. Let's put the right foot in, the left foot out. Shake it all about. Get off the train. Get off the train, folks. The sooner you can get off the train, the sooner the driver can go home. And you want him to go home, don't you? He had a stressful service. Is that lit up? I guess it is. Or maybe it's just a very... Well, those do look lights. Yeah. Wow, they are taking their time. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Do we get a gold anyway? Silver, of course. Of course. That's okay. Alrighty. That will do it for tonight's video. Thank you all again for coming in. 3 viewers. Wow. I feel very thankful. Very grateful. Appreciate that.